Welcome along to the AtTheRaces.com preview of the final race on day 2 of the Cheltenham Festival. It's the Weatherbys Champion Bumper. Mick Fitzgerald is with us, and Mick, often when looking for the winner of this race, it pays to look no further than Willie Mullins, who's won 8 of the last 18 renewals. Yeah, and not always with the apparent stable first string. So, you know, don't get too carried away by which one Ruby rides, which one Patrick Mullins rides, because there was a time when, you know, Joe Cullen won the race for Charlie Swan on board, and Charlie Swan was the last of 6 riders to get a pick. He basically got what everybody else didn't want, and that one won at 25 to 1. So, you know, I think Willie Mullins has got a very strong chance of winning it, but maybe not with the first string. Well, the difference being, I think, this year with Willie Mullins' string is that often you get into this time of the year and you're trying to guess which is the best bumper horse, but unusually he set his stall out at the beginning of the campaign, and with Bordini, even before Christmas, was saying this is our champion bumper horse. Yeah, he was, and, you know, this is the horse with Patrick on board riding, you know, aggressively, which is something that, you know, it's almost a route they take with an awful lot of their bumper horses. You see an awful lot of them having to make the running. A lot of them are experienced in that they've been point-to-pointing, as this horse was. And, you know, there's a lot to like about him. Stiff uphill finish here at Navan, and he's finding plenty for pressure. And, you know, there's a lot to like about this. But I just think that you could say the same about so many of Willie's in this race. They're all very similar profile. They're all horses that have won 1 or 2 bumpers coming in here. Well, another one of those is a winner at Fairy House on his only start in bumpers, again in Richie colours. This is a Quoi DET Tour. Yeah, this horse, I was impressed with this fella. I liked the way he quickened up when asked. And I think, you know, for a horse who's a youngster, he just looks like he's got a really bright future. You know, he's a 5-year-old, he's by Robin Deschamps, you know, who they love as a sire. And I thought there was an awful lot to like about this horse. You know, he beat a horse called Tuzo on this occasion. And I liked him. He created a very favourable impression. Yeah, the second horse has given that form a bit of substance. Well, we can have a look back at another Irish race. This is a horse, though, who has since changed hands and has joined David Pipe. This is Moon Racer. Yeah, Moon Racer. This horse at Fairy House. They paid an awful lot of money for this horse. And it looked money well spent when this horse won at Cheltenham. Beat a horse called Arabic History that day and beat him comprehensively, quickening up very smartly. And, you know, I think he's a nice type. But is he nice enough to beat the Willie Mullins battalion? I'm not sure. Now, he won by 12 lengths back in October. Would it be a concern that we've not seen him since then? Or do you think this has just been the game plan that kept him fresh for it? I'd always be a little bit concerned, you know, but that he hasn't at least had a bit of a sighter. But David Pipe knows what it takes to have winners at Cheltenham, and it's not like they haven't got any gallops, so I think this fella, you can take it, he'll be fit. Let's have a look at Up for Review as well, another bit of Irish form. A horse who was in winning form at Leopardstown over the Christmas period. Yeah, again, you know, similar sort of profile, you know, in front, kicks for home, looks like it's all plain sailing. And it looked all plain sailing for him when he ran at Naas, but got beat. At 4 to 9. Yeah, that would be a concern for me. OK, Up for Review, disappointing on his most recent start. One, though, who wasn't disappointing on his most recent start and also ran in this race last year is Vigil. Yeah. Who went on to beat Bells Hill at Leopardstown. Yeah, I really like this horse. Finney Maguire, Adrian Maguire's son, was in the saddle on this occasion. This horse was actually ridden by Pat Smullen in last year's festival bumper, and he finished 4th, a good 4th. And, you know, he's got the experience. He's battle-hardened, which, you know, can count for an awful lot. You know, he's a good, solid yardstick in the race. If you don't think the quality is in there as there was in this race last year, you could do a lot worse than to back him. He really sticks his head down as well in the closing stages. We've got one more to look at as we look at the Weatherbys Champion Bumper, and this is Pile on the Pressure, who's 2 from 2. I like this horse. I know he's not the sexiest, and, you know, there's plenty of people who have been, you know, crabbing the form and crabbing him.
but I can't. I like this horse. I think he's a handy type, and I love... Do you just watch this when he asks this horse to quicken up? He really does pick up, and he left a very good impression on me when I watched this horse. And, you know, Patrick is sending him about his job because, you know, he's almost as well finding out, you know, where is this horse in the pecking order. And I think he takes fairly high rank.
OK, Pal on the Pressure, who's at 12 to 1. Mick, can I just throw one more at you, and that's Modus for Robert Stevens, up-and-coming trainer. Ran in the race last year, disappointed at Aintree subsequently, but he was only a young horse last year, and this has been the big aim all the way through since. And Robert's certainly a trainer making the name for himself. Yeah,
he is. I've been really impressed with what he's done. See the World is another horse who, you know, who created a favourable impression when running off the track at Wincanton and then coming back and winning. And the horse that finished third in that race actually won at Plumpton recently. So, you know, the form has quite a good look at it. Super Sunday is another horse as well that we haven't mentioned, I think, who deserves a mention. He won a bumper at Ascot for Andrew Balding and won it comprehensively. It was a really competitive race, and I think he'll run well at a big price in here. There were plenty of winners in that race going in. That was the one before Christmas, wasn't it? Yes, it was. Yeah. So Bordini is the 8 to 1 favourite. Willie Mullins with a strong hand. Will it be Bordini, Mick, or one of Willie's other horses who wins the Champion Bumper, or indeed something else? I like Pile Under Pressure. I was really taken with him.